Top 5 things we love about our 2013 Toyota Sequoia Limited as a family. So this is family specific. First one being we've got 2 kids. We used to have a dog, but we don't anymore. Size. This is a huge vehicle. It holds up to 8 people, but with the 5-seated configuration and the back fully down, you have a huge amount of space. We just got back from biking and we've got all our gear in the back. Kids aren't here, they're with the grandparents, which is amazing. But you still have all this space. Just beautiful. You can lift the rear seats from here or from the back or from the other side. Then you get 8 spots plus a little bit of room in the back. We keep all of our tools back here for recovery, for just fixing random things. The size on this is awesome.
Jump in and show you it cleared out. We had to transport a bunch of kids, so we had to take everything out. Bad thing with the mats we have, you have to take the mat out to actually open up the trunk, but easy for you to actually see what it's like. So here's the back panel. You want to lift it up. It is so easy. Car does not have to be on. Keep pressing and holding. Then you would do the same. You want the other side lifted. And if you don't want to access it from the back, you can access it from behind the seat. Seriously, easy and simple to do.
I think one of the big things is compartments. You get tons of compartments. Multiple cup holders, 2 cup holders here, 3 cup holders there, little things here to keep your keys. This thing opens up underneath so you can see, you can hold more cords and cables. This piece actually comes out completely too. If you really wanted to get even more space or find, hide stuff, find stuff that's under there, there's spots under there. You got 2 glove compartments. There's compartments in the door. You've got a huge compartment here that obviously we've got Kleenexes and all sorts of stuff. These side things, which are, ones that don't have a hole going through them. I don't understand. Some cars don't have a sealed version, so you put stuff in there and it falls through. It's just meant as a grab handle. This is much more functional. And you've got extra space for Lipsol, lighters, tire pressure monitor, compartments galore. For the kids, same thing. You've got extra space. You got 2 drink holders. They've got their own little thing. Huge rear compartments. All in all, just super useful. I think this thing even comes down. This becomes a cup holder as well. All of this stuff just so useful for having kids and lots of different gear-related activities going on. Okay, number 2, we've got reliability. This, being a Toyota, has been very reliable. Parts are easy to come by. Even with having put a ready lift in here, we've got spacers, ready lift spacers. All the componentry is still the same. So the coils, the strut, all the same. So you could go to any Toyota dealership, still get it repaired, get stock Toyota struts or aftermarket ones. There's so many Toyota aftermarket parts. It's just, mind-boggling, really. But reliability-wise, the truck's been manufactured for so many years, like over a decade. Most of the problems have been worked out, or at least if there's anything that does happen, somebody's going to know how to fix it. It's not like this elaborate valve that had some issue and somebody's got to go fix it. Reliability on Toyotas, pretty clear. It's awesome. Okay, number 3, we've got cost. These are, not cheap vehicles, but they're not the most expensive vehicles when you're looking at vehicles of this size. When you start getting into Lexus or Infiniti, things start to get quite expensive. This version of this year, much less expensive than the brand new generation of Sequoias. So I think overall that's a selling feature. The other thing from a cost perspective, it takes regular gas. You know, some of these things like Infinities, you know, Lexus, even though it's the same engine, they say you're supposed to put premium in there, though I don't know if you necessarily need to. This is regular gas. That, you know, it's obviously not like a Prius, but if you need a vehicle of this size to haul stuff and you can't use a Prius, having something that's regular gas makes a big difference in the overall cost. And same thing with service, because it's more reliable. You're not servicing as much. You know, you're getting your oil changes. It's, you know, a basic engine. There's no turbos. Service is generally pretty reasonable. Okay, the fourth item, window features. People who have Sequoias or Toyotas, you know, Lexuses, other vehicles that are kind of more premium, these come with window shades. Now, if you haven't had window shades and you have children and they've complained about sun going in their eyes, these things are amazing. Keeps the sun out. We've actually in the summertime, we have some sun blocking mat things that are just like the ones you put in the front of the front window. We can slide them back here. It keeps everything like super blocked out and cool, but it's easier because of these window shades. That is a huge window feature. As well, the other big window feature is that rear window that goes down. That is incredibly useful. If you have a dog, if you got to move some long wood, if you have, you know, some gear that's a little wet and you want to drive, you open that up, have a little front window open or the sunroof, the air just flows right through super quietly. You can all still talk in the car going on the highway at 110, and it's totally quiet, but you're getting nice airflow. That window is huge. Anybody who's had one knows it's one of the best features on Toyotas and 4Runners that do have them. So useful. So number 5, people might think I'm crazy for saying this, but this is an easy to drive and park vehicle. Looks huge, but the one thing this thing has going for it is an unbelievable turning radius. You can be in tight little situations and you gotta, you know, do a U-turn on a road somewhere. This thing has such an amazing turning radius. We have friends that have Toyota 4Runners and Sequoias, and they get their kids to drive. They would rather take their kids to do their driving test in the Sequoia to parallel park versus the 4Runner because the turning radius is just so much better. So when you're in the city, you're just around. I mean, everybody knows there's just some situation where you need to turn your vehicle around and you need to do a tight turn. You don't want to do the Austin Powers 100-point turn. This is great for that. Turning radius, easy to drive. It's also the throttle response is not too aggressive. It's not too light. So it's also very, you know, just normal. It's just a normal, nice car to drive. And the other big thing is it has gears and a gear shifter. You know, you jump in this, you just grab the gear shifter, and you've got a sport mode, so you can shift between 6 speeds. That's huge, especially off-roading. So good. That's what, you know, I don't think I'll ever be able to get a vehicle that has a push button or dial, because it just, if you like driving, if you ever used to drive a manual, this thing feels sporty. It's like a giant Subaru Outback. That's, a friend of mine told me that. I think it's one of the best analogies for how these things drive. They just feel, you know, much smaller than they are. That's how they drive. They drive small. Easy to drive. Okay, team. As always, if you like this video, find it helpful. We like making these videos. Show us some love and like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. Thanks so much.